Hi, so welcome to Rhyn Reviews. Today we're going to review the TP-Link's Deco M4. It's a budget mesh Wi-Fi system, and we're going to look at some key details like specs, design, setup, process, features, performance, and pricing. So the specs, right, the advertised speed is AC 1200, 1002, which is basically means that it's equipped with a dual band Wi-Fi antenna, and its combined theoretical speed is 300 Mbps on the 2.4 and 900 Mbps on the 5 GHz band. I will show the speed test and Wi-Fi data of the M4 later, but for how much it costs, right, it's actually very sufficient for light users. Although what's disappointing is that TP-Link opted to equip this with just two Ethernet ports. So if you need to wire up more devices, you have to buy a network switch to expand your connectivity. So this is pretty important because I'm sure that you don't want something unsightly in your home. Oh, wait, let me just adjust. And then it also helps that when you don't hide your Wi-Fi antenna, it will not degrade the performance. So while the somewhat like matte white plastic and a cylindrical shape is a much nicer view than traditional routers that look like overturned spiders, it is chunky at about 9.07 cm and wide and 19 cm tall, which makes it a bit impossible to place into my TV console. It's quite a low height one. In addition, if you place it near sunlight, right, this material tends to yellow over time, and that discoloration, it can be unsightly for some people. Just bear that in mind. Nevertheless, you can place it on top of a shelf, on your kitchen table, your bedside table, computer table, and usually anywhere that you want. But most of them, they work wirelessly, and you need at least one connected to your fiber modem. The RGB light on the top of the M4 aims to guide you through the setup process, and it provides hints to its status. So a yellow flashing means it's starting up, red means something is wrong, flashing blue means ready to pair, and white means everything works fine, stable. That is great, and you can even turn off the light at night if it's very distracting. If you're a Singtel TV user, this part will be extra important to you because setting up through the TP-Link's Deco app, from my experience, it guides you in a simple and clear manner with instructions and graphics that are helpful for the average user. And depending on your service provider like StarHub or M1, technically you can just plug it in and it should work. However, Singtel users will need to select the Singtel option under the list of pre-configured settings. And this is good because you can actually completely replace the crappy Singtel router, and not every mesh system or router actually supports this setting. Since mesh Wi-Fi's usually work with more than one unit, most companies will actually they get two, they just pair them at the factory. Wait, let me get the other one. So I have like a box of three, but I just borrowed it from a friend. But what happens if, let's say, both units don't come paired or there's an issue? So what I did was I deliberately reset it. The reset switch is at the bottom, and it will flash yellow to indicate that it's resetting and restarting. And once that's complete, it will flash blue to indicate that it's ready to be paired, which is pretty good signals if you ask me. In the Deco app, adding it in is just clicking the plus icon, choosing the new unit's model, and then following the instructions. This took about 5 minutes, which seems pretty good, I guess. I'm not very sure if 5 minutes is too long, but I feel that it's reasonable. So with everything nicely paired, right, just 1 second. Let's take a look at the features that are available and what isn't. So guest mode is available, and parental controls are also included. If you need to disable internet access at certain hours, you limit the amount of time spent on Wi-Fi, or maybe you want to block specific content, that kind of content. So they're available for setup within the app itself. And port forwarding and QoS are available, but if you are running above 100 Mbps, you don't really need QoS, in my opinion. And I think the most glaring omission is the lack of built-in antivirus. On some of Deco's high-end models like the M5 or X25, there's protection offered by Trend Micro, which filters out harmful content like viruses and blocks websites that might be malicious or phishing. I personally find that having a network-wide scanner like this for my entire home is almost necessary when there's an increasing number of devices connected at home. Which brings me, wait, let me adjust so it's a bit nicer. Which sort of brings me to the performance point, but before you do that, could you do me a big favor and send a super like or donate to this channel via this PayNow QR code? These videos, they take a lot of time to test, script, edit, and send, so you can help an independent creator out. A little funding helps, support local kind of thing. And if you don't care about super high Wi-Fi speeds and just want something stable for 2 to 5 people in your home, then you'll be happy with a pair of M4s. I live in a 3-room HDB and I conducted 2 tests. T1 reveals how well I can perform in my living room, kitchen, bedroom and master room with just 1 unit first, while T2 focuses on improvements if an additional 1 is added, so like 2 in total. So I added 1 in the living room and the other 1 in the master room after I concluded T1's testing. To give them the best chance and reduce bottlenecks, I'm using my Pixel 6a that can reach over 1800 Mbps on the 5 GHz band, which is much higher than the advertised 900 Mbps on the M4. In T1, the highest score was actually like the living room, 500 Mbps downloads and 400 Mbps upload. The bedroom, which is where I'm in, is 300 Mbps up, 350, 390 down, while the master room is separated by 2 prefab walls and it hits like 200 Mbps down and 100 Mbps up. Decent. Although kitchen was kind of unstable, seeing that the downloads like 200 and uploads like 50. In T2, we're going to see if adding an additional node helps, but results show that there seems to be a drop-off of speeds between 150 Mbps to 120. So compared to like 200 Mbps and 100 Mbps up and down and up, respectively, right? There are 2 questions that you should think about. So the first one is that why is there a drop in speeds? And the second point is, if there's a drop in speeds, what's the point of adding a second mesh node then? The simple answer is that because both the nodes, they communicate via either the 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz band, and that means your speed is actually effectively halved. The other half is spread to whoever is connected to the second unit, which this case it's in the master room. It doesn't mean that you can't watch Netflix or download files at high speed, because technically 100 Mbps is more than sufficient for 4K content, because the minimum for 4K is 25 Mbps. So what about the second mesh then? Is it necessary? And this is my opinion and takeaway, because the short answer is about stability. As you move further away from any router, right, signal will degrade non-linearly, which results in poorer performance, especially in older phones and laptops and things like that. And that can affect other wireless devices on the same network. So there's little harm in trading a slight reduction in speed for stable connections throughout your home. So I guess, well, that comes to the part where it's like, how much is it, right? This is actually just $99 for 2 units, and I think that's an insane value for something basic. And let's say you just want something that works, you're not too concerned about the lack of antivirus, you're not too concerned that the speeds are not 500, 600 Mbps, because functionally this is sufficient. This is good enough for everyday use and light users if you're not downloading a lot of files. So can I recommend this to people who have very basic needs and want something to try out as well? Definitely yes. $99, this is a steal. I know that there are a lot of Wi-Fi 6 mesh routers out there, but I don't think you should look at them unless you have a bigger budget in mind, and maybe this is your first time using a Mesh Wi-Fi and you just want to try it out first. So if that's the case, right, I have a link in the description on Shopee and Lazada, and you can maybe get good deals whenever there are like 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 11 sales. So this is Rhyn Reviews. I hope you like this look at the Deco M4, M4R, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember to like, subscribe, and donate. Helps my channel. Thanks. Bye-bye.